Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Mortal Kombat 1 DLC characters that the fans have been asking for. I did a recent video about my wish list for the Mortal Kombat 1 roster, including my DLC picks. But you guys had a lot of different characters in your guys' list, and a lot of them were very common. So I've jotted down the 10 most requested DLC guest characters that you guys left in the comments that you want for Mortal Kombat 1. These are also characters that I did not put in my roster wish list last week. This is going to be all new characters because I wanted to give you guys as much representation of the characters that you guys want. So I'm not going to be including Homelander, Omni-Man, Peacemaker, or any of the other characters that I already put in that video. Before I list them off, I just want to give a huge thanks to everyone who's been supporting the channel. I know I say this every video, but honestly, you guys have been giving so much support to my channel. I know that you guys are very busy and there's a lot going on in everyone's lives right now, and there's not a lot of time to support small channels like myself. But you guys take time out of your busy schedules to watch my videos, and every single week, I really appreciate what you guys have been leaving in the comments, all the likes, all the subscribes. You guys are just the best. So thank you. And if you guys are new to the channel, check out the channel. I post a lot of gaming and comic book content. So if you're into that type of thing, check out the channel. If you like it, subscribe. But without further ado, let's get into the video. A few honorable mentions before I get into the main list is obviously Homelander, Peacemaker, and Omni-Man, but I also saw people saying the Stranger Things Demogorgon, any of the Assassin's Creed assassins, and of course,
hey, it's me, Goku!
Alright, so in our number 10 spot, I have Kratos. You guys have been requesting Kratos like crazy in the comments, and I've been seeing a lot of Twitter and TikTok comments requesting Kratos for DLC as well. Now, if you don't know, Kratos was already in Mortal Kombat 9 way back in the day, but that was around when God of War 3 or God of War Ascension was coming out, and that was a younger Kratos. But since then, we've got God of War and God of War Ragnarok giving us a more mature father figure Kratos who's learned from his mistakes and is trying to become a better person. This would also be a very different character moveset wise. He probably wouldn't even use the Chaos Blades in his initial moveset, unlike Mortal Kombat 9. He could use the Chaos Blades during his X-Ray. I think that would be really fucking cool, but they don't really have to. They could keep it to, his signature axe that he has now. But I want to know what you guys think. Is Kratos a good fit for Mortal Kombat 1? Let me know in the comments. Another awesome character that you guys have been requesting a lot is Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, I think that this is actually a somewhat natural DLC character, considering that NetherRealm Studios made Injustice and Injustice 2, and in Injustice 2, they added all 4 Ninja Turtles into their DLC roster. So I think it would be a very cool addition if Mortal Kombat got the villain half of that and being Shredder. It would be really cool to see his different moves. I'm sure his gear or his skins would be really cool, being able to do like classic Shredder, an animated Shredder, and like the freaking super Shredder from the live action Michael Bay movies. I think that there's a lot of potential there, and I think it is a natural progression for NetherRealm Studios, so I'd be really cool with it, and it's like an 80s 90s character, so Mortal Kombat does love those era of nostalgic characters as well, so I think it would fit just fine. Our number 8 spot, and again, these are not in any specific order, but our number 8 spot is Doomguy. A lot of you guys love the Doom games, and I totally understand. It is so much fun on, a weekend to just blow off some steam, jump into Doom Eternal, and just kill the shit out of a lot of demons. It's a lot of fun. It's one of the best shooter games I have ever played, and he is just a ruthless beast of a man, and I would love to see Doomguy in Mortal Kombat. He was in Super Smash Bros, so I think there is opportunity for him to, show up in another fighting game, and that being Mortal Kombat 1. His X-rays and his fatalities would be so fucking brutal. It would be, just one of the most graphic characters I can imagine for a DLC in Mortal Kombat 1. So I would love to see Doomguy. I think he would be a great addition to the roster. I think there's a lot of potential. His weapons are very diverse and very cool. I think his moveset would be just fantastic. In our number 7 spot, we have a horror movie character. Obviously, there's gonna be some horror movie characters on this list, especially after Mortal Kombat X's DLC characters, having Predator, Jason, Leatherface, and Xenomorph. I think it's just natural for Mortal Kombat to add more horror characters. And you guys, of course, have been requesting Ash Williams from the Evil Dead series. This is one of the most fan favorite characters, and one of the most top of the requested lists for a DLC character ever since Mortal Kombat X. Actually, even Mortal Kombat 9 people were requesting Ash to be in the game, and there's been so much talk about Ash being in the game in the past, a lot of teases, a lot of trying to get him in the game. There's just so many legality issues as well with the Evil Dead series, so I understand why it's kind of hard to get this character, but this is another character who would have a very diverse move set with his chainsaw arm and the shotgun, and his intro dialogues would be so funny. He's such a jackass, and it's so funny. He'd be like the Deadpool of the Mortal Kombat universe, honestly. So I would love to see Ash. I think his X-ray or a fatality that would be really cool is maybe he drags you into the Evil Dead dimension, and then all of these demonites come and attack you, and he rips you with the chainsaw arm, and he shoots you with the shotgun, and you get to see all this blood and all this fucking grossness. It would just be great, and I think a lot of people are on the right track requesting Ash. Now, in my initial Mortal Kombat 1 roster wishlist video, I mentioned that I wanted Tanjiro in Mortal Kombat 1 as a DLC, and a lot of people took criticism to that, and I totally understand. I totally forgot the fact that they were so young, and honestly, it's probably a better idea that they don't add, Tanjiro, and maybe add someone else, but this led to you guys to give me a lot of other anime suggestions, including Guts from Berserk, and I think that this would be an awesome character to add into Mortal Kombat. I mean, this guy has gone through hell and back, and I think he would have no fucking problem blowing through at least 75% of the Mortal Kombat roster, and honestly, I think he could clear the whole board, honestly. I mean, Guts is a great character. If you haven't read Berserk, go read it. I haven't finished it yet, but there's so much good content in those stories. And Guts is just one of those characters that makes you want to push forward no matter what. And I think it would be a great addition to Mortal Kombat, and I think a lot of you guys think that as well. In our 5th spot, we have another anime character that I think is a little bit unusual, but a lot of people have actually requested this, and that is Baki from Baki the Grappler. I've never seen this show, or if it has a manga, I haven't read the manga, but a lot of you guys seem to really love this character. I don't know if this just is just like an internet phase thing or what, but a lot of you guys love Baki so much. It says here that he's trying to become like the world's strongest man or something, and if that's true, I mean, Mortal Kombat is definitely the ultimate test for that title, and if you guys really want the character, I'm sure that it might be a good addition. Let me know in the comments, guys. Do you guys really think that this is a character? I don't see any real intense violence from any of these pictures online. He looks just like a super buff anime guy, but who knows, maybe this would be a really good fit. I'm not sure. This is just what the community apparently wants. Alright, our next few characters on this list are horror movie related characters, and that's probably just because horror movies and Mortal Kombat tend to be pretty gruesome, so it makes sense for a lot of people's DLC requests to be horror movie related, especially after Mortal Kombat X. And in our number 4 spot, we have one of the most iconic horror movie characters of all time, and that is Pinhead from Hellraiser. This is also one of the most requested characters that I've seen, and I think it's just because Pinhead is such a badass in his movies. His movies are so gross, but there's also a very complicated, very deep lore to the Cenobites, and if you haven't seen the Hellraiser movies, if you're old enough, I totally recommend that you watch them. They're really gross, but there is a beauty in all of the practical effects that they made for those movies, and I think Pinhead is one of those characters that could have a very diverse moveset, especially with the chains and all of the supernatural abilities that he has. I think that there's a lot of opportunity there. I definitely think that his fatalities would be some of the most gruesome and torturous fatalities that we've ever seen. I mean, one thing that they could do is do a fatality where he just like has you in like this torture thing and it doesn't even kill you, and then maybe if you like wait on the fatality screen for like 30 minutes or something, after 30 minutes of this character being tortured, then you die. You know what I mean? Like something hidden like that would be so cool and unique just for this DLC character. But those are just some quick thoughts on the character. I would love to see Pinhead in Mortal Kombat 1. Our third spot on this list is one of the dumbest horror movie characters, and I'm only saying that because I used to be scared of them when I was younger, is Pennywise. And I think, you know, a lot of people just want Pennywise in the game because he's stupid, and he's a stupid clown, and clowns are scary, and I hate them, and anyway, people want Pennywise. His moves would probably be really cool, but they should not add him because clowns suck. Alright? It's that simple. No, but in seriousness, I do think Pennywise would be really cool in Mortal Kombat. I think his moves could be very, very cool. I mean, it'd be cool if he could turn into different creatures and different monsters to assist during his fight. I think that would be a very unique way of him being able to play. I think his fatalities would be really cool. Him turning into a giant spider and like eating your head off or something. I could see NetherRealm doing that without a second thought. So I think Pennywise could be a very cool character in Mortal Kombat 1, but I do not fucking like clowns. So let's move on. Our second character that I have on this list is Ghostface from the hit movie series Scream. I think, you know, with the new Scream movies coming out, I think that is a good opportunity for them to do a crossover just for cross promotion purposes, but I don't really see a lot of opportunity moveset wise. I mean, most of the time Ghostface is just tripping over stuff, and he has a knife most of the time, occasionally a gun, but that was only like a few times, and Ghostface is also a different person each time. So, you know, it's kind of like, well, which one do they go with? Which Ghostface killer would they go with in Mortal Kombat? So, I mean, I understand why a lot of people want Ghostface, but for me personally, I think that there's plenty of other horror movie options that would fit better into a fighting game. All right, our number one spot, and again, these are not in any specific order, but this is one of the most requested characters that I've seen in my comments and Twitter, on TikTok. This is one of the most popular anime characters right now from one of the most popular anime series right now that is having a very good year, and I can see why a lot of people would want this character in Mortal Kombat, and that is obviously Denji from Chainsaw Man. Now, I have not finished Chainsaw Man. I do think the animation is really cool, and I love the character design of Chainsaw Man, but I was just not super hooked into the story at first. I might give it a second try, but as for being a DLC character in Mortal Kombat, I think that this guy can fucking let it rip on these Mortal Kombat characters. Pull the tie, show them who's boss, cut them in half using all of these different chainsaws that he's got coming out of his arms, got coming out of his head. I think that would be really, really freaking cool in Mortal Kombat. I mean, if they add Ash Williams, I don't see them adding Chainsaw Man, because then there'd be two chainsaw characters in the DLC. But honestly, I think I would rather have Chainsaw Man just because of how fucking cool he looks and how awesome his fatalities would be. He would be slicing and dicing people left and right. The amount of blood all over the screen would be crazy. His X-ray would go, it would just go so hard. His fatalities would be so brutal. I can just see them in my head already. There's so much opportunity for this character to be in Mortal Kombat. If they did translate an anime character into Mortal Kombat, I think that they would probably just make it, you know, realistic, just add like realism to the character, like when they do things like statues for anime characters and stuff like that. And I think, you know, this is one of those characters that would be awesome for cross promotion, because I'm sure by the time they get to DLC in Mortal Kombat 1, it might be time to start promoting Chainsaw Man Season 2, so there is opportunity for cross promotion there as well. So I don't know if, you know, Mortal Kombat would ever add a anime character into the series, but if they were going to add someone, you guys have definitely changed my mind in my top pick being Chainsaw Man. So if I remade that original Mortal Kombat 1 roster wishlist video, I would definitely put Chainsaw Man instead of Tanjiro. But I want to know what you guys think down below in the comments. Do you guys like this list? I mean, you guys are the ones that requested these characters the most, so I would imagine, but I want to know other characters that you want in Mortal Kombat DLC characters. I want to know what guest characters you'd want to see, what regular characters you'd want to see. I just love talking to you guys about this game and getting so hyped about Mortal Kombat 1. But without anything else for you, have fun, be respectful, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.